Hello, I've come to Goa with my family. There have been lots of dogs, lots of cattle, like everywhere, but not very many cats. I have seen some, taken a few videos, but not as many as I'd expect. So I was chatting to a guy on the beach about the cats here, and it was fascinating and I wanted to share it with you guys. So at the beach I asked if there were many cats there, and he said that they don't really come down to the beach, they tend to be up and near the villages, which makes sense. So the places we've been have been really like busy and like along the high streets and things, so I imagine the cats are sort of out of the busier areas but still in those sort of villages, so that makes sense. And I imagine they're not at the beach because there's not as much food. So the guy that I spoke to was saying that if you have a cat in your house, then normally they tend to eat human food, so whatever they're eating, and they'll give some to the cat. I realise this is the opinion of one guy and it's not reflective of all Goa or India or anything like that, but still it's fascinating. And he said there's plenty of feral cats around, or wild cats, and has the same problem as us. So he says, you know, you get cats, you have your pet cat, but they breed very quickly. Yes, this sounds familiar, and it's hard to take care of the kittens because he said, you know, suddenly they have 2 litters a year, suddenly you've got tons of kittens to look after, and he was saying you can't just leave them, It's like, yes, this is so like interesting. And when I explained to him that back in the UK we have our cats neutered generally, that was quite a surprise, and I just that there was some sort of opinion about male cats. So he said that he has female cats only. Most people have female cats because the male cats are vicious and because they fight and because they're aggressive. And I thought, well, yeah, because they aren't going to be neutered, then they are going to be showing that behaviour. So that was fascinating, that I guess there's a lot more free-ranging males than there are pet males. Again, just based on this one guy. So when I told him that I have 2 males at home, he was very surprised. And also when I told him how old they were, he was very surprised too. So that's fascinating. He said more in the poorer villages, then cats are very popular because they don't have such good food storage, so there's more problems with mice impacting on like their own food for the people there. So it's good to have a cat because they can keep the mice away. I was like, yeah, that sounds so familiar. Not so much now at home, but definitely that's what cats were domesticated for, so that, you know, back 10,000 years ago, that is why cats started living with people, because we embraced their pest control. And obviously there's tons of stories about cats on ships and being there for pest control. So it's over here in the poorer towns, then that's still just as relevant. So that's super fascinating. But he did say that in the bigger towns, then you do get more breeds. So he mentioned Persians. I don't know if there's any other breeds in the towns, but he was like, in the cities we have Persians. So that was interesting. But what I loved most about this man is that he said he had a cat before. So he was trying to explain, like, he didn't have this cat anymore because she died. But what he said is they don't have any more cats because the cat they did have, that they all loved her, and he had 2 children and a baby on the way, and they all loved her so much, and she was so special to them that when she passed away, they couldn't bear to get another cat. So they have parrots now, which I just thought was so interesting and so sweet, and just so in keeping with like that feeling of your cat being so special to you. And cats, and not just cats, across the board, you have your cat and that's your pet and that you love them. That is just, that transcends the culture between him and I. It was amazing. But yeah, I just thought I wanted to share all that with you guys. And now, how bad do I want to talk to everybody about cats? We have 2 more days here. How many more people can I speak to about cats? How many more countries do I want to go to find out about their cats too? But anyway, yeah, if you live in India, let me know what your experiences are of cats, because I realise there's so much more for me to learn. And like I said, I just chatted to that one guy. But yeah, so have a lovely day, and I will catch you when I'm back. Bye.